I think this is a great time of like self-reflection
Mm-hmm.
in a world where there's always distractions, or we're using distractions to keep our minds off of what's going on internally. This now gives us a chance to see and to work on it and to try to heal through some of that past baggage. What is good, guys? My name is Danielle Perham, and I'm super excited to be back with you all today to do another YouTube for you guys, a YouTube video. With that being said, today I have my beautiful sister with me to share her thoughts and opinions on today's topic with me. If you guys haven't seen my channel before, I make Christian-based YouTube videos where I encourage young women to find meaning, love, purpose, empowerment, and freedom in their day-to-day lives. If you have seen my videos before and you like the message that I'm trying to get out there, you like what I'm doing with my channel, please do hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you're interested in more content. With that being said, let's just get into this video. What is good, guys? I hope everyone is staying healthy and is being as productive as you can be in this strange and unique season. If you have seen my video last week, or for any of you that may have, I talk about the idea that bad seasons are only temporary. Seasons are always changing and evolving, and they don't last forever. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 through 8 makes that clear, as it says there's a time for everything under the heavens. And so I just want us to be encouraged by that, and be encouraged by the fact that we should be making the most of this season, finding purpose in every season, and that's kind of what today's video is about. I want us to find joy and just be able to make the most of it. So my sister and I are going to share our thoughts and ideas about the good that can come out of quarantine, hashtag quarantine life, and also also just share some different tips and ideas on things that you can do during this season. Someone that really inspires me from the Bible is Paul, who found joy in his suffering, and I think that we can do that as well. So with that being said, let's just get into this video. So now we're just going to share our tips and ideas on different things that you can do during quarantine, and my sister's going to share that with you first.
Yes, hi! My name's Carrie. Nice to meet you all. My beautiful sister here is awesome.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you first of all for having me on your
my pleasure.
channel. I've been doing a lot to stay busy. I have been I've been outside a lot, actually. We live on this beautiful golf course. We have lots of pretty ponds and bridges and willow trees, and so I like to go sit somewhere or just walk around and think and kind of meditate and read or write. So that's something I've been doing for a few hours every day, actually, and it's just been so calming and really just really good for the soul, because I don't get that time a lot. I have a 9 to 6 job, basically, so I never kind of get to be outside during the day. It's just so nice, and I really recommend that. And then I've also been crafting a ton, so I've made a lot of gifts, just took in what I had in my craft boxes and just been making random decorations. And
she's amazing, y'all, by the way.
I'm working at an Etsy. It's gonna be called Ephemeral Touch. I've just been crafting a lot, and that's been really, really fun. Love doing that. I've been catching up with some friends that I haven't talked to in months and months and months, because I've been so busy, and it's just been really nice. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that, but I highly recommend just reaching out to that friend that you haven't talked to in a while. I'm sure that they just would be so happy to hear from you, even if it's been a year or years. I know people are just randomly texting people from middle school, and then they're there for each other, and it's going well. I've also been spending a lot of time with family and making the most of our Sundays together. So because we can't go to church, like for example, Palm Sunday, we got, my mom and I had this idea to kind of bring Palm Sunday home. And so,
they brought it home, all right.
We like had palms. I had like these Hobby Lobby leaf things, and we processed around the house and sang the song we always sing, and we went to, we obviously did mass, we sang the songs, we had some wine and some crackers, and so just trying to make the best of it with my family as well. And me and my sister have been spending more time together, which has been awesome because it's been a long time since we don't get to see each other very often because she's usually at work when I'm home. And that's pretty much it. I've been reading a new book called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. It's good so far. I like it. Writing. I like to write poetry, so I've been doing some of that as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do. I just think you have to be creative with yourself, and just kind of, stay motivated, and all those things that you kind of wish you could do, you really now have no excuses to not do them. So, I think it's okay to relax and sleep in and drink some coffee, but definitely just make sure you're still staying, and you're not staying in a stagnant place, and you're just like finding, ways to grow and ways to find joy in the little things, because I think in a way this time is a gift, to have time that you didn't have before, and at the same time it's a lot of people, there's a lot of suffering as well, and I get that, but it doesn't mean you can't make the best out of your circumstances. So that's what I think I'm trying to do. So
nice. Those are all great tips and just different ideas on things that you guys can do to keep yourself busy during quarantine. So for me personally, during this time, I have had the chance of working some odd hours at one of my jobs. The other one, I've been furloughed for a time, and so I don't know, I still feel blessed that I can work my other job though. I've also been working out a lot, both inside and outside. It's been really nice to get that fresh air. Before this, I was mostly just working out at the gym all the time, but it's kind of nice to just switch it up, and especially with the weather changing, it's just been refreshing. I've also learned a lot of new workouts, so that's kept me busy. I've also gotten the chance to work more on my blog and on my YouTube channel, which are both things that I really enjoy doing. I enjoy sending positive messages out there to you guys through these platforms, so I feel grateful that I can do that. During this time, I've also been able to connect with more people online and with my sister and my friends and my mom and stuff like that, my dad a little bit. So that's been also nice, and I think that that's one of the good things that can come out of times like these, because most of the time we're distracted, and so I think that's what's really nice about this season. Also for this weekend, I'm planning on working on a little baking project, and so there are definitely things that we can look forward to in this season. Work on our much needed self-care routines, maybe like sort of reignite ourselves with our passions, and just learn more about ourselves in these seasons. And so I just want to encourage us all to find purpose, and I kind of want to talk about specifically what good can come out of quarantine in this time, because right now we're kind of being bombarded with a lot of messages from media, and maybe sort of feeling more fearful at this time. And so I just really want to use this time to spread that positivity and encourage us to find the good that can come out of this. Carrie, do you have like any ideas or like things that you want to talk about in regards to like the good that can come out of quarantine?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think that there's so much good that can come out of quarantine. I mean, I think already we're seeing that it is bringing, bringing families closer together, which is just really nice. I think that families in general don't spend a lot of time together, and I've always kind of despised that. I think most of every single day you're kind of with other people, and even when you get home, you know, you have like maybe a few hours that you spend, a few hours every day. So I definitely think that that's something that's been really good. In general, I think that, you know, I think that the environment is kind of, you know, I think we're seeing some improvements in that way, and not that like, that comps for all of the suffering and whatnot, but I do think that, you know, that is really, kind of cool to see. You know, like in Venice, they have, you can see like now like the dolphins swimming through the canals and stuff, which is, I think, really neat. And I'm sure that, you know, people are also getting to enjoy the environment more and the outside. And so I think those specific things in general. But I think subjectively, like in my own life, yeah, like I think that it's just really important for me to like, I think it's been really helpful for me to have time to myself, to kind of like, you know, figure out like where I'm at in my life. Like I graduated college a year ago. I've had a job now and a boyfriend, and it's been nice to kind of like take a deep breath and kind of go over, you know, the past year, and think about kind of where I am and where I want to be, where I'm going. Also to get some things done as well. It's been really, really great. I think it's been helpful it's been nice to like kind of be more organized and do things I've been wanting to do for a while. And I think that, yeah, I think that it's been good to kind of just get time to myself and to like just refocus and revive and like you know, just kind of remember what's important. And yeah, I mean, I think that that's pretty much the good for me. I know that I felt very, like before this, I felt like I was very just kind of running around a lot, and I was doing a lot of traveling. I travel a lot because my boyfriend and I do long distance. And I was working like over 40 hours a week. I felt really kind of like I just never really had a second to myself. And so it's been so nice to kind of have this like speed bump and, you know, get some more time to like take care of myself. And you know, like just have time to myself, like I said. So yeah, I think that's like the main thing. Also, like all of the art, you know, that the craft and like the poetry, all that stuff, like I think that's really something that I appreciate that's coming out of this, is I get to you know, I get to do the things that I love. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the good, as well as, you know, rekindle friendships and whatnot, or just speak to old friends. I think there's so much good that can come out of it. You know, I think in general, like America just moves so quickly. You know, we're known for like running on Duncan, just like known for running, and like it's important. I think it's slowing everyone down in a way, and helping people to spend more time with their families, and spend more time maybe with at home. And I think I personally have always been someone that likes like pretty much every day likes to have time at home to myself. And I know that it's important for me because it helps me to kind of have enough energy and you know, take care of myself, so I can, you know, be who I you know, be strong enough, I guess, or be well enough to take care of others, or, you know, just be a light for the world, you know. And so I think that everyone's kind of getting this time to, you know, to themselves, and I just think that a lot of good is going to come out of it, as well as, you know, there's going to be a lot of impacts. I mean, there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of, you know, I'm currently on furlough for a long time, so I'm not making much money or anything, but I know that that's not all that there is to, you know, to life, and you know, so I'm definitely trying to just stay busy and do things in between that, you know, I'll have like my sister said, like your future self to thank you for, and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry to ramble, but
no, those were all great tips, and just good ideas on the things that, or on the good that we can find during quarantine. I can totally relate to sort of, I don't know, just and like living the fast life. I was constantly on the go as well. I wasn't traveling like my sister, but I would just always find ways to keep myself busy. And my mom would even always call me out on like just always having somewhere to be, and like I just always had somewhere to go. And I think many Americans can relate to that as well, because we're just always on the go. We're always sort of thinking about the next thing, or just the next task that we have to take care of. And so I think while this is a difficult time, this is something that we need. And I think that what this time can bring us is, again, what my sister mentioned about how this can unite families and people back together, get people touched, also get people in deeper touch with themselves, and help people see like what fuels their passions, what fuels your passions, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. I think this is a great time of like self-reflection in a world where there's always distractions, or we're using distractions to keep our minds off of what's going on internally. This now gives us a chance to see and to work on it and to try to heal through some of that past baggage. Another amazing thing that I think can come out of this time is the fact that it could change our modern dating culture. It could allow people to see that, hey, our lives are short and we need to start taking, people that we're interacting with more seriously, and maybe focused on building those deeper connections. We now have a lot of social media to focus on less important things, but I think this will at least give us a chance to see what's important in life, that human connection is important, and that we need to be treasuring those interactions and those connections that we make with people. You never know when it's going to be your last day, and so I think, again, this time allows us to see what's important. I think for those of you that are believers, or that want to find deeper meaning in life, I think that this will give us a chance to get more in touch with our spirituality or our faith. For me, it's my faith and just growing in relationship with God and realizing that peace and joy can only be found in Him. And so this is also giving me the chance to focus on that and realize that I can only be dependent on God in this time. I think that this time could also help us face, again, real problems that we maybe haven't been dealing with. And so I just think that there are a number of good things that can come out of this time. And I just think that we can find a lot of good in this season. And so I really hope that you all were encouraged by our thoughts in this message today. I hope that you guys just continue to stay healthy and be safe and make this the best season you can make it. And I know that we're all going to come out of this so much stronger. So with that being said, guys, I thank you all so much for watching. Carrie, did you have any last words or things that you wanted to say?
Thank you for having me. I hope that you guys found some helpful things about it, or just, enjoyed watching. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
From the cloud you speak, what was veiled now is seen. Jesus, the image of